Hello everyone, Jewel here. This time, I want to share some of my best PC RPG shooter games that I think should be played in 2022. If you love RPG and shooting elements combined into a game, then this video is exactly what you needed. Alright then, let's get started. Remnant from the Ashes is more than just a Dark Souls clone or a simple third-person shooter. An interesting mashup of genres, ultimately creating an experience that can stand alongside even the best Souls-likes. Despite a shallow story, some repetitive environments and a few glitches, this is still a game that totally deserves your time.
Hostile radio intercepted.
The Division 2 is one of the best looter shooter games available. This sequel is perfectly built on original by implementing and perfecting ideas that work fantastically in post-apocalyptic Washington DC. It's bigger, has much more content, and emphasizes more on hardcore players who spend tons of hours in the endgame. Sure, its story is utterly forgetful to the point where you might not even realize it has one, but all the other components have been tuned to near perfection.
Hostile radio intercepted.
I'm heading upstairs.
The Ascent provides you with a unique opportunity to visit the not-so-distant dystopic future of our world in an action-packed manner and also in a graphically astonishing way. Its interconnected world building, and exciting combat makes it a pleasant surprise. There are also various possibilities of character creation allow for a unique playthrough and replayability. Overall, The Ascent is an engaging top-down shooter RPG experience.
What the hell is going on out there?
With tons of updates since the day it was released, Outriders is now offering a good RPG shooter experience. Many game-breaking bugs and constant crashes now has been addressed, even though there are some players who still experience a glitch, but it's not as massive as before. I personally didn't have any of it. The server may be still a little bit unoptimized, but still totally playable. Just don't expect this game to have a deep design like Destiny or any open-world RPG shooter, since it was never meant to be. Instead, just treat it as one of those action RPG type of games. Chernobylite is a special game. If you enjoy RPGs that feature things like survival, crafting, base building, and team management, Chernobylite is a game that you don't want to miss. The world itself gives you enough diverse events, objectives, and life challenges that keep you thinking ahead. Until the Stalker 2 arrives, there is no better game for visiting Chernobyl.
Revealing.
Warframe is a free-to-play cooperative RPG shooter game set in a stunning sci-fi world. The biggest issue at the moment is when you're a newcomer, you will feel like there is no true sense of direction, but that's the beauty of it all. The game is not easily approachable, but it's one that's worth getting comfortable with. If you want a game that rewards you back, then look no further. Prey offers one of the best gaming environments in the history, and built on it its sophisticated, exciting, and unusually entertaining gameplay. It is an excellent first-person action with a strong RPG element that allows countless gameplay approaches with its fantastic game and level design. It brings an eye-catching story, great script writing, exciting atmosphere, and it also explains everything carefully. Overall, Prey is a masterpiece that hooks the player from beginning to end.
Cemetery down here.
Mankind Divided rewards exploration and respects your choices throughout its hefty campaign. The world design is absolutely amazing with great details and visuals. The gameplay is also exactly what you expect from a Deus Ex games. The game mechanics all work remarkably well, from hacking to the various forms of combat, resulting in a game that has a well-written narrative and also enjoyable to play at the same time. As a veteran, returning to play through the 3 games of BioShock the Collection is a pleasure. The game received the greatest overhaul and improved with new textures and lighting that bring it almost up to modern standards. Of course, the ideas and gameplay presented and executed in L3 are as memorable as they were when first released, and anyone who missed them a decade ago should definitely consider rectifying that. There is no doubt that The Outer Worlds is almost a masterpiece. The Outer Worlds seems to be inspired by the Fallout series, but this brand new franchise can stand on its own 2 feet. With a complete universe full of memorable characters, interesting stories, beautiful environments, and spicy choices, this is a wonderful game to lose yourself in.
Captain.
Mass Effect Legendary Edition remasters BioWare's space RPG trilogy for the new generation of consoles, enhancing the visuals, implementing quality of life improvements, and making welcome adjustments to certain content for all 3 games. Though it's not completely unified, the new shared character creator makes it easier to keep your ideal Shepard across the trilogy. Overall, Mass Effect Legendary Edition is definitely the best way to experience the Mass Effect trilogy. The world, exploration, crafting, atmosphere, and story of Fallout 4 are all key parts of this hugely successful sandbox RPG. The fact that it's heavier on combat than stats is sure to annoy some RPG fans, but the fact that the combat is fantastic does help a lot. Fallout 4 has all the ambience and history that made its predecessor such wonderful places to get lost for hours at a time, with a much more coherent set of stories within it. With its vast open world and its endless possibilities, Fallout 4 is a must-have for RPG fans.
Nor woman, but both deserve more.
Borderlands 3 has surpassed the bar that its predecessor had set. This proper sequel improves upon the formula with more guns, but more importantly, a stretch of unique planets to kill enemies on. The story is grand in scale, the humor is on point, weapons are diverse, and the new Vault Hunters are unique in every way. It might not be the most innovative game out there, but Borderlands 3 is a must-have for any RPG shooter fans. With the release of The Witch Queen, Bungie has taken Destiny 2 several steps in the right direction. The length of the campaign is nearly perfect, and when coupled with higher difficulties as well as replayable campaign missions, Destiny 2 delivers a stunning experience of rewarding gameplay that values a player's time investment within it. If you are looking for a shooter with a great story or who want to challenge yourselves in raids and competitive PvP, this title caters to a wide audience, making it a great experience all around.
I fucking knew it.
At launch, Cyberpunk 2077 is basically a glitch memes generator. However, in February 2022, CD Projekt released a substantial patch, version 1.5 for Cyberpunk 2077. It contains a large number of tweaks and fixes, some new content, and native support for PS5 and Xbox Series X. When it works, Cyberpunk 2077 is an engaging experience unlike anything else. The open world mechanics are top-notch, and there is almost always something to do on the map. If you have been curious about Cyberpunk 2077, then now is probably the right time. Alright boys, I think that's it for today. Obviously, I think there are other good RPG shooter games that I haven't mentioned yet. So how about sharing your best RPG shooter games that probably deserve the spot in the comment section below. Don't forget to like the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss another great list. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Peace.
Holding for backup.
I have eyes on you, Kelso.